This quiz is about soccer players who have been convicted by the justice system. The aim of this quiz is to test your knowledge about these players and their legal troubles. For every correct answer, you will score 1 point. Keep track of your points, as you will win a prize based on your performance at the end. This is the FUTSOCCER Quiz channel. Subscribe to receive the next exciting game firsthand. Hey soccer lovers, it's a pleasure play with you. Please hit the like. It is time to play. Which former Juventus and Italy midfielder was sentenced to 14 months in prison for tax fraud in 2018? Gianluca Vialli. B. Andrea Pirlo. C. Mauro Camoranesi. Answer B. Andrea Pirlo. Which former Newcastle and England striker was sentenced to 6 years in prison for sexual assault in 2016? Peter Beardsley. B. Andy Carroll. C. Ched Evans. Answer C. Ched Evans. Which former Real Madrid and Portugal forward was sentenced to 2 years in prison for tax evasion in 2019? A. Luis Figo. B. Cristiano Ronaldo. C. Eusebio. Answer B. Cristiano Ronaldo. Which former Arsenal and Denmark forward was sentenced to 3 months in prison for assaulting a taxi driver in 2018? Nicholas Bendtner. B. Dennis Bergkamp. C. Peter Schmeichel. Answer A. Nicholas Bendtner. Which former Manchester City and England midfielder was sentenced to 5 years in prison for sexual activity with a 15-year-old girl in 2016? Joey Barton. B. Paul Gascoigne. C. Adam Johnson. Answer C. Adam Johnson. Which former Bristol Rovers and England central defender was sentenced to 4 months in prison for punching another player in 2007? Steven Gerrard. B. Jamie Carragher. C. James Cotterill. Answer C. James Cotterill. Which former Chelsea and Ivory Coast striker was sentenced to 1 year in prison for carrying a fake passport in 2011? Didier Drogba. B. Salomon Kalou. C. Nicolas Anelka. Answer C. Nicolas Anelka. Which former Tottenham and Wales defender was sentenced to 6 years in prison for sexually assaulting a 15-year-old girl in 2017? Chris Gunter. B. Ben Davies. C. Clayton McDonald. Answer C. Clayton McDonald. Which former Chelsea and England defender was sentenced to 4 months in prison for a racially aggravated public order offense in 2012? Ashley Cole. B. John Terry. C. Rio Ferdinand. Answer B. John Terry. Which former Manchester United and Northern Ireland midfielder was sentenced to 3 months in prison for assaulting his wife in 2004? A. Roy Keane. B. George Best. C. Keith Gillespie. Answer C. Keith Gillespie. Which former Liverpool and England player faces life in prison without the possibility of parole? Michael Owen. B. Robbie Fowler. C. Wayne Rooney. Answer Michael Owen. Which former Istanbul and Brazil midfielder was sentenced to 6 years in prison for rape? Robinho. B. Jack Rodwell. C. Adam Johnson. Answer Robinho. Which former Manchester United and England striker was sentenced to community service for assaulting a 70-year-old man in 2010? Wayne Rooney. B. Michael Owen. C. Paul Scholes. Answer A. Wayne Rooney. Which former West Ham and England striker was sentenced to 10 weeks in prison for assault in 2012? Carlton Cole. B. Dean Ashton. C. Marlon Harewood. Answer, Carlton Cole. Which former Aston Villa and England defender was sentenced to 6 months in prison for assault in 2005? Julian Lescott. B. Ugo Ehiogu. C. Eirik Baki. Answer, B. Ugo Ehiogu. Which former Sunderland and Republic of Ireland winger was sentenced to 6 years in prison for grooming and sexual activity with a minor in 2021? Aidan McGeady. B. James McLean. C. Adam Johnson. Answer, B. James McLean. Which former Sheffield Wednesday and England midfielder was sentenced to 6 years in prison for child sex offences in 2019? Chris Waddle. B. Lee Chapman. C. Carlton Palmer. Answer, A. Chris Waddle. Which former Atletico Mineiro and Brazil striker was sentenced to 5 months in prison for his unpaid taxes in 2019? A. James Beattie. B. Ronaldinho. C. Gary Speed. Answer, B. Ronaldinho. Which former Manchester City and Ivory Coast midfielder was sentenced to 2 years in prison for drink driving in 2017? Yaya Touré. B. Kolo Touré. C. Abdul Razak. Answer, C. Abdul Razak. Congratulations to all players. Leave in the comments how many you got wrong. Count your points because it's time for the prizes. This is the prize for winners with up to 6 points. Winners with up to 12 points have won this prize. And finally, those who scored 19 points or more are the grand winners. It was great playing with you. This is the FUTSOCCER Quiz channel. Subscribe to receive the next exciting game firsthand. See you next quiz game.